All right, folks, this is going to be a little bit different than the videos we usually post on AMC here because I want to talk about something that's been happening around, hatred towards Lou versus Wall Street. He's a fellow YouTuber, covering AMC as well, but he's a little bit different, because the thing is, Lou, from Lou versus Wall Street, he's he's a persona. All by himself, he's a persona, And I'm making this video because a couple of days ago, another fellow YouTuber, which I want, a name here, another fellow YouTuber made a video about him, giving him his point, and the video wasn't bad at all considering, my views on what he said. He was kind of fair, and he mentioned what he thinks about the videos that Lou makes and why he doesn't agree with some of the views that Lou has and the methodology around it, because it's different from what he's doing on his channel, which is totally fine. We don't have to bring value to people on YouTube and on the internet the exact same way, but every single added value is an added value. But the purpose of why I'm making this video is because there is a pattern. Right, there is a pattern that I'm observing, and it didn't happen, today. It started happening a couple of months ago, and I just want to share my point on that because it's true that Lou, either you love him, or you hate him. That's how the package comes. It comes with the territory. Either you love him or you hate him. So people. Lots of people are not watching him. Lots of people are not listening to his videos just because, for example, they'll say he cursed too much. So not my words, but other people's that I saw comments on social media and on YouTube platform about, his videos and why they don't really tend to follow him. But for others, he adds a lot of value. And it is true. Personally, I think it does add a lot of value because even if it's by doing so, it's different from the others that are, capturing most of the attention on the tube. His methodology is definitely different. From what I see and from what I've been seeing since he started, it seems like, Lou has a lot of connections. Either he's, connected to that Wall Street world, that technology world. Either, he's worked on it in the past, and he kept some pretty interesting connections because he will always tell, he also mentioned my people, when I was, brainstorming with my people, on, the brackets, for example, that's how I figured, hey, he's not alone in this. So when he opens his mouth and talks about something, he knows his stuff, he knows he has sources, but sometimes he won't reveal the sources, which I believe is also one of the things that piss off a lot of people, because they cannot, fact check based on the source he's mentioning because he doesn't reveal those sources. And personally, I think this is entirely, it's not a problem, it's entirely up to him. It keeps a little bit of the mystery behind this, which is also another thing I think people don't like because it's quite intriguing. You mentioned these things about what is going to happen, and he's pretty confident. He's pretty sure about what he's saying. But I think people also have to take into consideration and realize that he was one of the first to call out some of the shenanigans that was happening, and we've seen months after he talked about this, orders being rerouted, our orders not being executed, bunch of stuff that we came to realize after, for example, some court documents were out, bunch of stuff that happened when, the NICE president platform, for example, came out and said, yes, our orders are being rerouted, payment for order flow, etc. But months before that, he already kind of called those shenanigans and those practices out. So just to say that, yeah, he adds a lot of value. It's just the way he does it, and lots of people doesn't like it because it's different. To end this video, guys, the bottom line is, as I mentioned, whether you like Lou or not, he's adding value, as I believe I do add value, as any other YouTuber adds value. We don't have to agree on the approach, the methodology that we all use, because we all have different path of experience, different path of life, different backgrounds, and the way we experience stuff in life. You know, it's kind of, you know, if I take my smartphone for example. So I have a Samsung, all right, and I barely never had an iPhone just because I never connected to iPhone. All right. Does that mean that the iPhone is not good? No. Does that mean that Apple and Samsung is the best out there? And you know there are stuff that I can find valuable in the iPhone? Absolutely not. It's just that, you know, I'm more connected to this Samsung based on my life experience, which is the exact same thing is happening here with, you know, the yeah, I mean with YouTube in general. You know, it doesn't happen to be with AMC in particular. You know, so let me know what you think about these guys in the comment section. I would love to hear about this. You know, this is kind of fun, open video, open conversation I want to have based on the recent events on this. Yeah, let me know.